It is the Riot Podcast, the Wednesday edition. Howdy, how we doing?
Hello,
Howdy.
hello.
Is howdy a short for how do you do?
Or what was that old show? Or was
Howdy
it?
doody?
Yeah, like was there a
Howdy
character?
doody. I thought that was how diddly.
No.
No, that's
it's
Bo
not that one.
Diddley.
Nah, you can say how diddly if you say hello.
How
Well,
diddly. You
isn't
sound like
that-
Flanders.
How
then.
diddly do?
Like a country
How
Flanders.
diddly you doing?
Listen, it just shows you it's a little bit of everything, probably.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, how we doing?
Oh, we're doing fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah, today's show was an interesting one. We
Which has a negative tone when you say it.
no,
that
it
way.
was an interesting one. There's a lot of good
I
stuff
think we'll
in
let
it.
the audience be the judge of that.
Well, yeah, we'll see what they think of it. We opened it up by talking a little donut talk early in the
Nice.
morning, which I can get behind. I haven't had a donut in a while now, but we talked about Krispy Kreme is changing some of the pricing up.
Donut deal.
Yeah, a little donut deal. But we haven't done donuts on here in a while.
Or do you want us
you hinting?
to? I mean, on Friday we're doing this ice cream after show. If not, we had talked about like Easter donuts on Friday. Maybe on Monday
Yeah.
Sure.
they'll be on discount, and we should do something then.
What is your opinion on the ice cream, Isaiah? Do you think any of them have any chance of actually being something you would want a second spoonful of?
Well, you need to explain. These are the Walmart flavors
Yeah.
from the New York company that are like, there's a hot, I only remember a few.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was trying to look up the ice creams. And
There's
I don't
hot
know.
honey,
Yeah.
mac and cheese,
Mac and cheese.
pizza,
Yeah. Oh, that one too.
the Planet Earth one, which is praline and matcha green tea,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
trash. Gonna be trash.
bourbon cherry jubilee,
that one
Yummy.
sounds good.
royal wedding cake,
That one sounds good.
and
Blueberry.
Blueberry, right?
Yeah, blueberry angel like angel food cake or shortcake or something like that.
Okay.
Blueberry. That
Is that-
one.
that's
that
the one
one's
you
mine.
think?
Yep.
But do you really think you're gonna like it though?
I think I'm gonna like that one. Yeah, I think that one and the cherry jubilee has some good potential. Do I think I'll like it enough to like buy it on my own? No.
Well, it's expensive.
So I think it's like enough to where I'll like it.
I don't think I'm liking it.
You're not gonna even just
Why
like
are you
it.
so
I-
down
You're not
on
even
it
gonna
before you
enjoy
try
it?
Well, have you guys read the reviews?
No, I'm
the
trying to
reviews are not good.
I'm trying to stay out of it. Listen, the Walmart, whatever their partnership with ice creams, when the Little Debbie Christmas ice cream came out, that was so good that I just
Oh,
saw
so good.
this future of all these great ice
Yeah,
creams.
right.
And then when the the collab with like the Swiss cake roll and all those were terrible.
They were
they were
hard to
rough.
find and not good.
Hard to find and just bad tasting. So we're skittish. We're just a little nervous that this is just going to be another failed ice cream collab.
But we'll find out.
Yeah, we also talked about we talked ice cream in the show, a little bit of Baskin Robbins, some of their new flavors, as well as a little like rebrand type deal. And I haven't had I've had Baskin Robbins once.
Yeah.
My entire life. It was years ago, and I couldn't tell you anything about it.
Well, now they want you to try again.
Yeah.
Is it good? Is it good ice cream? Would
It's
you
I
fine.
think
rate
they
it?
had okay ice cream. I mean, what is bad ice cream?
You were just talking about it.
Well,
Walmart
yeah,
ice cream.
but I mean that's crazy flavors. You get just a standard like peanut butter chocolate or cookie dough. How can you mess
Mint
that
chocolate
up?
chip, you know?
Right? How can you mess that up?
I think it depends on your style because, like, we have a lot of more local creameries in our area. So it's nicer when it's like a real soft, like gourmet sort of ice cream.
Yeah.
Compared to sometimes the places you stop off and maybe get gas as well. Some of that ice cream can just be, I don't know, just not as, you can tell maybe the ingredients are not as nice.
Sure, but it's still so good.
ice
Still
cream.
good
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, we also talked about how Hudson is on his way to being team tatted.
Hey.
What is that hand sign?
What are you talking about?
That's the tattoo
Are you doing
gun.
finger guns?
Team tatted,
You're like
baby.
Yosemite Sam or something.
Team tatted.
I think he gets one when you get one. So you might not
we
want
can
to
do it
push
for the
him.
show if we can get these ones that fade away.
Yeah, they fade away in 1 year, but that's still such a big commitment.
It is, right?
Like, it's like funny in the moment, like if we did it, but then like a couple months down the line, like it wouldn't be like that funny anymore, and then we would just still have it. And then like
Yeah.
I have a life outside
That's
of this
what
job.
I'm thinking. That's what I'm
People are gonna
thinking.
see me.
I think you're just overthinking, and you just do it, and you just have fun.
I don't want to be to have fun and be impulsive with like permanent things on my body.
You should get the riot tattooed on you. What do you think about that?
Right on your knuckle.
Yes, knuckle
that's
tattoo.
actually kind of cool. That would be
The
Although,
riot.
I'm definitely not tough enough to justify having knuckle tattoos.
All right. Well,
So I
we'll
don't
see if
even
we
know if that
change
will
his
work.
opinion, but we talk about the temporary ones that last a year.
And then we wrap up with the show talking a little Disney talk. We talked about some of the best songs in Disney history and how the top one right now, it's just not the top. Like, it's not actually the top one.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Overrated, but still, that's still a good song. I actually do enjoy it, but the real important thing about that is you're going to hear a lot of Isaiah and I singing. I don't know if Isaiah's ever sang on the show. Have you?
I haven't blessed people with that, no.
Not
but
until
I have
today. Yeah.
Well, it's
Something to stay around
Is it good for Easter week? Is that
Oh,
why?
it is. A little extra blessing for you.
It's a special week, so you get special songs.
Well, it was a fun show.
It was. Enjoy it, hopefully. And feel free to text and say hi at 877-2-RADIO-U. And, of course, head over to RadioU Riot. You can always message us there anytime.
And we'll catch you later.
Goodbye.
See you guys.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on RadioU.
Are you ready for a little donut deflation?
Yes. Oh, no.
What?
Is it shrinking?
No, it's actually good. It should be good news.
Okay, so it's inflation or
No,
what?
it's deflation.
Deflation, okay.
All right, you know how gas prices, they're going, I mean, actually the last few days have been going down, but generally gas prices are super high, right?
Let's just say even if they go down, they're still high.
Yeah, right. That's exactly right. And gas prices, it depends on how you look at it or whatever, but either gas prices are driving inflation, as in they're causing it, or they're reflective of inflation. But either way, the gas prices, they're just going up, and that
Sure.
means everybody's got less money in their pockets because they're having to spend more and more and more. So Krispy Kreme is like, what if we turned the tables? What if we used the gas prices against inflation?
Are you telling me I can shove donuts into my gas tank?
I wish.
Drive on that?
I wish I could tell you
Can we
that.
fill up on glaze?
Oh man, think about how good everything would smell.
Yeah, but your car would be ruined.
Yeah, I guess so. So Krispy Kreme is going to do a promotion where they are going to decide the price of a dozen donuts based off of the price of a tank of gas.
Oh.
Or the price of a gallon of gas.
Okay, so they're going to pull the average national gas on a Monday prior to it based on I think AAA's gas price tracker. Mm-hmm. And then that will set the week's price for the dozen donuts.
Yep, it looks like for Wednesdays only.
Starting on today.
Starting today and through May 4th, you will be able to get what should be a discounted, unless gas prices really skyrocket. You'll get a discounted dozen of donuts from Krispy Kreme. If you go in on a Wednesday, you'll just pay whatever the average price for a gallon of gas is across the country. Except Times Square locations.
Yeah, they're not doing it there. They don't do anything there.
Just in case. In
case you decide, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's where I'm getting it. How much is a normal box of glazed dozen donuts?
See, I'm thinking
we never order. We always get whatever's the special one to try. So I
What do
feel
you
like I
think,
don't know what it would cost.
$6-8. This is one of those things where they would tell us we can't run for elected office anymore because we don't know the price of donuts. It's you're not in touch with the common people. Everybody knows that a price of donuts is $15 now.
No, because donuts are not a everyday food or every time, so that does not count as something you have to know.
I'm guessing $6 to $8, right? Because it's not like $1 a donut.
It's not too much. They say guests can order up to 2 dozen donuts for the price of the single gallon of gas. And you can do it online too through the app because a lot of times when they do a promotion thing for different companies, they're except
Not
you have
in
to
the
come
app,
in.
Yeah. So what is it? So this will be probably about $4-ish, right?
I don't know what the average is today. I'm not sure.
I'm guessing around $4. So there you go. A little bit of a discount, although I find it somewhat hard to get too excited about this because Krispy Kreme will literally just throw free donuts at you.
I know this actually seems more expensive.
Right. It feels like they're actually ripping you off, kind of. It's what about your free donut thing?
If you're stressed about inflation, shrinkflation, all that stuff, remember they tell us you're not supposed to eat your feelings. And then here we are going to get a dozen donuts.
Yeah.
Unless you make the dozen donuts last the whole week.
It's not a healthy way to deal with that, either physically or emotionally.
There's no fresh by date because it was spoiled when they made it. Worst of the Riot, Radio U.
for Stranger Things Season 4.
So it's the split approach for Memorial Day. And then the rest is in July.
Yep.
And they had the new trailer yesterday.
The new trailer dropped yesterday, and I went through it. And I'll tell you, was I ready for Stranger Things 4? I don't know. Was I ready at one point, and then at some point it took so long that I got unready?
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I don't know how to put it, but I watched the trailer yesterday, and I just feel like my excitement had dropped a lot because, again, it's just so long between seasons.
Sure.
I don't even remember what happened in the last one totally.
It is hard. Like, I feel like I'll get excited when you're ready to watch it. But even Hudson and I off air were like, I don't think I remember.
Yeah. I think it was the mall, and they sang the never-ending story, and there was the ice cream shop.
You remember enough.
I think I remember it enough. And then, so all that said, then I watched the trailer, and man, the trailer's pretty darn cool.
Now you're ready?
Man, now I feel like I guess I already felt, because again, taking too long, but now I can't feel like May 27th can't come soon enough.
Do you think that Stranger Things, the distance between its seasons, is that maybe outside of like maybe Game of Thrones, is that the longest time in between a show?
Or it's
what
up
other
there
show
for
is longer than that?
Yeah, for the style of show that it is, and for like the audience that it goes for, especially, that's what's odd about it, you know? Like most shows, especially when Stranger Things came out, it was targeted at it was for adults, but very much like you had to be in the right age range for it. You felt like kind of a little older than the characters to be the target, and so that target age just keeps getting older along with the characters. But I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it still feels like it's targeted at a specific age range, less at a wider group of people. And so that's why I feel like it's weird that they've just taken so long between seasons, even as the people age out of the demographic that the show is for.
Yeah, sure.
But all that said,
you're still excited?
Yeah, it feels like it's worth the wait is a strong word, because again, it's taken forever.
And I say this every time.
It hasn't been on since 2019.
Every time we get close to it, I'm always like, yeah, I'll go through and I'll watch the other seasons. I'll get, excited again. We'll get all ready to go. I never do, but it'll be fine.
There's no chance. I hope that Netflix is smart enough, because if not, somebody else on YouTube will be, to put out, like, here's what happened in the previous 3 seasons of Stranger Things. And, Nikki, did you see this too? So they're splitting up season 4 for May 27th and then July 1st. And then there's a whole nother season still coming. Like 5 years from now, probably.
I know. Don't even worry about that.
We'll never be done with it, even though we know when it's supposed to end.
You know, sometimes you're supposed to be in the moment.
Yeah.
It's like, just be in the moment of this one and don't worry about Stranger Things 5.
I can't start thinking about Stranger Things 5 because who knows when it will happen.
We would say rate and review the podcast. But let's be honest, that would probably hurt more than hell. The Worst of the Riot podcast.
Get a load of this, you guys. We have a man in France, 53 years old. They haven't shared his name, but maybe that's for the best. He was dealing with an itchy eye. So he goes to the eye doctor, and what are you expecting? Just your typical eye stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of eye stuff you could get. But what he wound up being diagnosed with is, his eye was pregnant.
I'm sorry, what?
His eye was pregnant.
With the baby eye?
What?
His eye was about to have some babies.
A baby of what?
Baby flies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, how did he get that in his eye?
That's what I'd love to know, too.
Oh, man.
They found in this Frenchman's eye, 53 years old,
what was
and
going
in
on?
his
That's so
eye,
gross.
he had at least a dozen fly eggs in his eye that I think they wound up actually hatching. So,
goodness.
So
we didn't
basically,
need that detail.
In other words,
is he a daddy now?
I guess so. In other words, his eye had maggots in it.
That's even worse. I would rather just say
out of a
fly.
horror
Just say
movie.
fly. I don't like maggots.
Fly larvae.
Disgusting.
Why did you have to tell us this one? I didn't
What do
know
you mean? I'm the one that has eye stuff.
What's
I'm
that even mean?
What?
Wow.
Eyes are like my fear. Do you guys remember the Super Bowl? Like the first commercial came on was that cross country skier that went blind, and then it's like Toyota, and I'm like, I'm never buying a Toyota again. Why are you showing me this? I'm scared of going blind. I'm close enough as it is, so this is scary to me. How scared are you guys?
Well, I just don't want to know that this is an option. We all have enough things going on. I don't need maggots in your eye to be like an actual option.
Yeah, like now whenever I have like an itch in my eye, this is a new thing. Like before, I wouldn't have ever thought of that. But now, like maybe I have maggots in my eye. That's something I didn't want to have. I have even as an option.
Did they say like how did he have it on his hand and he maybe rubbed his eye or something?
I don't know. They say they're typically found around livestock and often deliver their offspring in the nostrils of sheep and goats.
No!
So maybe he had a farm. Maybe
he's been kissing a goat. Is that how that works? I don't know.
He's like, here, kiss my eye.
Kiss my eye. Get a little tongue to the eye. That's what happens.
Well, they say that he was sent on his way. Oh, I guess it is easily fixed with eye drops. But still.
They still have to get him out, though.
Yeah, that's true. And then a few days rest. Yuck. Gross.
Disgusting.
They had to get them out one by one.
Oh, man.
Ew.
It's a real horror story. But they say, and you know what's really sad?
What?
They say that the adult females of this bot fly will often or occasionally lay their eggs in the human eye, but the larvae generally don't survive. So
well, the babies don't make it?
Yeah, the guy had the maggots in his eye for nothing. They didn't even go on to live a healthy life or anything.
Don't make it sad now.
No more maggots. Oh, how will I live? I don't know.
It's a roller coaster of emotions.
Yes, that's right.
So if I came in like tomorrow and I was like, guys, I just want to tell you, like I had like maggots in like my eye yesterday. Wouldn't you look at me differently for a while?
Would.
Well, I think you'd be looking at us differently.
I would. I wouldn't be able to see you guys. Exactly. I feel like all of his friends, family, maybe this guy has a girlfriend. Like she's like, oh man, now I have an ick now with you.
Yeah,
you're
right.
gross. Are you cleaning yourself? Are your friends farting in your face? What's happening? Like, how did you acquire this?
Isaiah, I don't think that's medically how it happens.
See, it's something like that. I've heard something about an eye, friends farting in your face. No. Something like that.
I know you have more friends, and I don't want to know what's going on, but I'll just pray that it never happens to us.
I think I'm going to wear goggles around Isaiah.
Some talking, a little bit of yelling, and a whole lot of eating. The Riot, Radio U.
Isaiah was telling us off the air that he ate, in his words, some wild food yesterday.
Some wild food.
If you don't know, Isaiah has a more limited palate where it's often been quoted that he eats probably like a toddler. A lot of chicken fingers.
It said like a little kid. Between the ages of 6 and 9, I think were the age group. It wasn't a toddler.
And people are very amazed when they find out what he either has not he doesn't like or has never tried but doesn't even want
Already
to.
knows that he hates it.
But I feel like you've grown a lot and you're trying way more food than you used to.
I think that we've rubbed off on him.
Is our very good
influence?
I think we brought you a long way.
I guess, yeah, Hudson, you brought hot dogs into my life, so I mean, there's so many new things you guys are bringing to me.
One day you'll come around on soup, too.
I'm never coming around on soup. That's a hard no, unless it's chicken noodle.
What did you try that was so amazing?
So I had to pull up the menu because as I'm sitting here, I couldn't remember off the top of my head what it was called, but just the name of it alone. I mean, I'm not going to be able to pronounce it correctly, but it was a pork belly bayo bun.
Oh,
what's a bayo bun?
A bao, maybe bao.
I think it's B-A.
Is that what you said when you ordered it?
Yeah, I said bayo.
Did the waitress or waiter get a little
it's one of those things where you're trying to order, but you're like somewhere that's maybe a little bit too fancy for you, you know? And so you're trying to pronounce it correctly, but you also don't want to come across as if you're trying to act that fancy.
Yeah.
And so I was like, can I get the pork belly bayo thing?
See, your mistake was you wanted to say all of the words. You should just say the pork bun.
The pork bun.
So you're just taking out a couple of words that you don't know, but you still sound smart.
Or you could just point at it.
Oh, that's true.
And I was very afraid. It was one of the things that she recommended in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
But then I read the description, which is never a good thing for me. Because if I read the description, I shouldn't know what's inside of it. Because if I know what's inside of it, then there's just so many big words that you're scared of. And so these are the things that were in it. Ready? Black garlic rubbed pork belly.
Nice.
Very good.
Sounds good.
Shaved crispy Brussels sprouts. Big red flag.
Oh, yeah.
Big red flag.
See,
you
want
to look for the word crispy.
Struck that from the menu.
That would have scared you, right?
I would not have ordered that.
Then we've got sweet chili. Don't even know what that means, but I'm afraid.
That sounds good.
Pickled habaneros. Afraid. Black lava salt. Intriguing.
Ooh.
And then that wrapped it up. But it looked, and then it came out.
It was good?
And it was even scarier. It looked insane. I wish that I had the picture of it still. But I looked at it, and it was just so scary. But I pushed myself through, and I still tried it.
Wow.
And you say
impressive.
you tried it. Did you like it?
I loved it.
Oh,
It was so good. It was so good. But in the moment, the first bite was like, I obviously didn't want to like it right away. As I do most things that I try that I think I'm not going to like. So in the beginning, I was like, I won't like this. I took the first bite. I was like, man, it's okay. And then as it went on, I was like, I really appreciated the fancy flavors.
What was it that made you order this? Were you trying to like impress somebody? What were you doing?
No, the waitress lady, there was a lot of pressure. She kept on coming over and giving us suggestions. And then we wanted an appetizer. But, I mean, I'm telling you, there was a probably total of 3 things on this menu that I could even consider. And so this was one of the 3 things. I was like, I guess there's like pork on it. Said there's some sort of bread with this. I don't know. There's so many fancy ingredients. But she kept on hyping it up. So I was like, whatever, we can just try it.
I love it. She's probably like in the back going, I can get him to get the pork buns.
Yeah. Is that the most expensive thing on the menu?
No, thankfully it was not. I'm sure it's probably like her like promotion of the month. She's like, oh, this guy right here has no idea.
Give me a second, guys. I'll sell another plate of it.
Way out of his ballpark here.
Well, we are very proud of you for doing that.
It was very impressive.
That's a lot of new stuff in one menu item.
Oh, yeah, it was. The Brussels sprouts were a very scary thing for me, but then as I ate it, I couldn't even really point them out.
You're fine.
It looked kind of wild, so I couldn't really tell what was what, which was good for me, but I could tell what the pork was. And it was very good pork.
Yeah, pork belly will cover up for a lot.
I think you just must be the best to go to dinner with. It's like, all right, guys, here it is.
So I'm like, here are some of the things that we can get, preferably without a lot of the things on them, but we can get like the little kids version. That's what we can get.
From the kids menu?
The kids menu. If they have a kids menu, don't sleep on it, all right?
Absolutely perfect. No notes.
The Riot on Radio U.
All right, pop quiz, Nikki.
Yeah.
What happened for Isaiah last night? Besides his pork belly bao bun.
Well, his beard grew more.
It did overnight.
I wonder if the pork belly or the Brussels sprouts, maybe they're good for beard growth.
Maybe.
Could be.
But wasn't the Cavs, didn't they play last night?
They did play a game last night.
What did they do?
Did they play it well? That's the question. No, I heard they lost. They didn't win,
Not
right?
so much. They did not play very well. They didn't play terrible. They just started off so terribly. The first quarter was rough.
They didn't.
They didn't play terrible, but they did start the game down 40-20 at the end of the first quarter. So it was a rough first quarter, and then they battled back. The Nets were just a little bit too much offensively. They looked really good. Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. I mean, need I say more? They're pretty good at basketball.
Good,
so.
yeah.
Isn't the Kevin Durant guy the one you don't like?
I don't like either of them.
You don't like either? Okay.
Yeah, they're both they're ridiculous
They're
in their
villains.
own ways. Yes, they are, right.
They're villains of the NBA.
They're nemesises.
They are.
Of the Cavs and of Isaiah and I.
So for the Cavs, since they lost last night, they still have a chance to get to the playoffs, though, because now they're playing in the so you lost and you have one. This is your real last chance.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So you lost, but you get one more try. So on Friday, they're going to play the winner of the Atlanta Hawks and Charlotte Hornets, who play tonight. And if they win that game, they're in. If they lose that game, I'm upset.
Is there someone we should be hoping wins tonight because maybe they're not as good as the Cavs?
See, I think that they're both pretty equal teams, but I don't want to play the Hawks. I'd rather play the Hornets than the Hawks because Trae Young played for the Hawks, and he's kind of a dog. He's
that
pretty
could be
good.
dangerous.
I feel like I got to write notes with you guys. Like,
I
okay,
know.
tonight I'm going with who?
Well, what? You're not going to watch anyways, right?
The
No,
Hornets.
but it doesn't mean I don't think about it when it's going
Yes.
on.
I don't know that you think about it, really?
I do.
You're
You're
I
going to
think-
sit down tonight at dinner at 7 o'clock and you're going to be like, I wonder how the Hornets and Hawks are doing.
Well, I'll remember that we don't want the one team.
Yes, exactly. We don't want the Hawks, everybody remember. We want the Hornets tonight. I want the Hornets to win.
Okay, now I know.
Did you watch the other game last night? It was Clippers and Timberwolves. That was the late game. Did you stay up and watch that
I did
one?
not stay up and watch to the end of that one. I wish I would have, though, because I had no idea that NBA Finals Game 7 was happening.
Yeah, it looks like it was fun, right?
The Clippers were a little bit disappointed in the Timberwolves, like they just won a full series.
Yeah, if you look at the Timberwolves, to be fair, they haven't been in the playoffs for a while.
So they're motivated.
They're motivated.
Yes.
They were at home. It was in Minnesota. And so the Timberwolves battled back. I think they got a fourth quarter comeback win. So they're in the playoffs now. But you look at the celebration that they held after the game, you would think that they did win the championship.
Oh, because it was
They were so excited.
crazy.
People
so
were
happy
crying.
about it. Yeah.
Like, it was too much. It was just too much.
Throwing their jerseys into the stands. It was wild.
Guys,
so.
you got to save it for the end of the actual championship.
Yeah, but let's be honest, it's Minnesota. This is probably the biggest win they'll have for the next decade. So
might as well enjoy it while you have it.
this is if they missed out on celebrating last night, who knows when they'll get another chance to celebrate like that.
Gosh, all right. Well, so tonight it's the Hornets.
Hornets and the Hawks play, and then who's out of the Western Conference? I believe it's
Spurs
and Pelicans.
Pelicans.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll.
I love their names.
I know, right?
Based off of animal names, who would you cheer for?
Well, I don't care for Pelicans.
We also have the
Hornets,
Spurs, the Hornets and Hawks.
Spurs are not a
It's not an animal.
They're
not an animal. I would probably have gone with the Hawks.
Oh, well, we're not cheering for the Hawks. That's the one team you're not allowed to pick.
But I don't like a Hornet. Who likes a Hornet?
I know, me either.
Well, you want a Hornet on your side.
True. Okay,
Right?
that's a good way
Cheering
to
for the
put
Hornets.
it.
We're cool, very cool. The Hornets have beautiful uniforms. They rock a nice blue, a light blue color, and so I can get behind that.
All right. Well, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Happy playoffs.
Yay!
Happy playoffs.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
When was the last time you went to Baskin Robbins?
It's been a bit. I think the ones near us all closed down.
Yeah.
But maybe they have like one or two back. But I think it went through a moment. Maybe it's better now.
It had a phase. Yeah, I don't even know. I can't tell you the last time I went to Baskin Robbins, but that is, it's the ice cream place, if you don't recall. A lot of times, I don't know if this is still the case, but I remember them, again, from when I used to go years ago. They would always be with a Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, really?
I don't know if I ever saw a standalone Baskin Robbins.
Do they own each other or
I
just
don't
a
know.
partnership?
Well, if Baskin Robbins owns Dunkin' Donuts, then, man, one is helping out the other way more, it feels, you know?
One's doing more of the heavy lifting.
Yeah, right. Dunkin's doing a lot of the heavy lifting.
Hey, I will say Baskin Robbins is way more popular in other countries.
Yeah?
It just, in our area, not so much.
Well, yeah, I get maybe that's the case. And maybe that explains in part what they're doing. So they are going through a massive rebrand, trying to get you back in the door at Baskin Robbins, maybe revitalize Baskin Robbins here in the U.S. They've got a new logo, new packaging, new employee uniforms, and a new tagline, Seize the Yay.
Well, that's kind of fun.
No, it does not.
I bet workers hate it because I'm sure they have to say it somewhere, somehow.
Welcome to Baskin Robbins.
Seize the
Would you
yay?
like to seize the yay? Oh, my gosh.
What can we get you?
It really, that's a rough one. So in addition to the rebrand, they've also got 3 brand new flavors that you can get.
Yeah.
If you can find a Baskin Robbins, they've got a non-dairy mint choco chunk, which is made with coconut milk.
That sounds
They've also
good.
got an ube.
Ube.
What's that?
It is the purple stuff. Is it a sweet potato? Maybe. It's like a purple potato.
Wow, they are. Baskin Robbins taking a really interesting turn here.
It's a purple yam. It's actually delicious. You add enough, like sugar into that. It's a really, really good flavor.
I can't imagine. It's
not for you.
Hey, kids, we're going out for ice cream. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Hello.
The ice cream truck?
I'd like to order 1 yam ice cream cone, please.
Well, that's why you're not saying yam. It's ube. It's, more exotic.
It's still, now that you've explained it. So the ube coconut swirl, in other words, yam.
I would get that one.
Totally unwrapped. Now we're talking. Totally unwrapped. Peanut butter and chocolate ice cream packed with fudge-covered pretzels, fudge and caramel-covered peanuts with a salted caramel swirl.
Well, good.
Hey.
They're also doing a new merch collab sort of stuff. So they're doing some clothing collection, and that starts on the 18th that they're offering that.
They're doing, it says the collection includes clothing, of course, but also other items such as bicycles.
Well,
and
why not?
skateboards.
Why not?
Yeah, I'd love a Baskin Robbins bicycle.
Oh, I can't wait to find out how much that is to ship to me.
Yeah, really, right? Well, I can't say that this has me especially excited. I'm not going to be rushing out trying to find where the Baskin Robbins still lives on in our area, but
they're trying.
Yeah, at least they're doing something different because evidently what they had been doing wasn't working.
Don't say we didn't warn you. This is the worst of the riot.
And Nikki, I don't know if it still feels like it, but Wordle is still quite popular.
I think it is, but I only hear mean words coming out of you guys when you talk about like how if you are still playing Wordle, you're mad about it or you've given up.
Well, some people, lots of people are still playing. In fact,
you might just be not as vocal about it.
Yeah, I think so, right? I think people just go about playing and have their fun and maybe don't make as big a deal anymore. But if you go on Twitter every morning, I always see, and these aren't like the personalized trends. These are just the top things people are tweeting about. And every morning it seems to be Wordle, and people also have now included Quordle, which I think is the one where you do 4 words at the same time. Anyway, so people are still playing it, and thus Solitaire has worked on a survey of people who play Wordle, and they surveyed 1,000 people who are Wordle players, and what they found was
They're Wordlers.
The Wordlers, yes, that also kind of sounds like a Batman villain, like a lower level one.
Actually makes me think you yodel or something.
It could be a bird.
It could be.
Yeah, well, they found that 1 in 6 Wordle players they do their Wordle on the toilet.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably first thing in the morning.
You think?
Probably.
Excuse me, I need to go play Wordle. You know what that means now.
That is code for you have to go to the bathroom.
You got to take the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Aww.
You got to go play a round of Wordle.
Drop the word.
Yeah. So they found some other interesting stuff too. But now, see, all this has me thinking is, if you do still have the friends that share their Wordle score on Twitter or wherever, that's when they're going to the bathroom.
You need to ask them.
That they now you know their schedule.
So over 4 in 10 say that they play the game on their phone first thing in the morning. Okay, bathroom aside.
Yeah.
13% wait until lunch, and 22% are able to hold off doing Wordle.
They can hold in hold their bathroom break.
They're not going to the bathroom until the evening, and that's when they play Wordle.
Wow, that would be difficult. But they say, that surprisingly, right before bed is the most common time, according to the survey.
Really? I always thought it would be in the morning.
Yeah, right, because I've heard a lot of people either, especially when felt like it was more of its heyday where everybody was sharing stuff and you were liable to see spoilers, then you would want to play it early in the morning so it didn't get spoiled for you before you got around to it. And I know a lot of people, too, that especially couples that like to play together. So, again, they do it early in the morning, like over breakfast or whatever, so they can compete against each other, again, without it getting spoiled for them.
So 23% sneak in Wordle while you're at work.
Well,
you need a bathroom break then, too.
That's right. That's right. And it all adds up because they also say that most people take less than 10 minutes to exactly how much. About 70% of people say it takes them less than 10 minutes, which it should. If you're taking more than 10 minutes on Wordle, you need to go back to school.
Yeah, but if you're in your bathroom break, I mean, Wordle is fine, but then where's your TikTok time? So, you need to have both in the morning.
Who says how long your bathroom break can be?
It's going to be long.
You're going to limit it to 10 minutes?
I guess not.
Extend it out. 5 minutes for Wordle, 10 minutes for TikTok.
Yeah, you got to get your TikTok news, and then you're on your way.
If you force it out too quickly,
stop!
It's not good for you.
Stop.
We've done you a favor by selecting the best of the worst and compiling it all in one place. Riot Podcast Radio U.
Isaiah, what is this fake but real tattoo thing you found?
So I found this morning, which I thought was an interesting concept. So essentially, it's called. Anybody want to try this pronunciation? An ephemeral, right?
Yeah,
ephemeral, right?
What is it?
Ephemeral?
Ephemeral.
I think.
I don't know if
that
that's
sounds a little like effeminate.
I don't know if that's
Between the two of you, one of you has it right.
Sure.
So
yes,
it's
exactly.
fine.
It's a tattoo, essentially, that within a year's time, it's designed to just fade away. It breaks down into your body, and it's natural and organic, all that good stuff,
Dude, I've seen tons of ads for this stuff.
Yeah, so essentially, if you can't really commit, this is the way to go.
What, do you have a tattoo?
I do not have a tattoo.
Do you want one?
No, I do not want a tattoo.
Do you want a tattoo that's...
No, I'm not really a tattoo guy, but
you never had one, so how do you know?
Yeah, but I don't really want to try it that way. I don't play on tattoos. Well, maybe I'll give it a shot. I'll like it. Maybe I won't go up there forever.
You don't know until you try.
That's why these are very popular, because then you don't have to commit except for a year.
Yeah, I still feel like it's too long.
You have a tat? Are you team tatted, Hudson? No. You kind of look like you'd have a tattoo.
When I was a child, what?
No, I just want to hear what you're going to say.
When I was a little boy.
I got one.
When I was a teenager, I was tattoos would be cool. I don't know what I'm going to get, but it's going to be awesome. And now I've grown up and I'm like, I can't decide what I'm going to have for dinner. How am I going to decide on something that I'm going to have on my body for the rest of my life? I can't commit to that.
But
I can't commit for a year. This is still too long. I don't know what the sweet spot would be, but that's still too long.
Once it's on your body, you
I
forget
do.
about it, though.
Yeah, you would forget.
You forget about it.
Yeah, but other people won't forget.
They do. Everybody forgets.
How
It's just,
frequently are people looking at you that closely, though? How often are you seeing people that you really care what they think about you?
If you have a tattoo and nobody can see it, what's the point?
it's just for you.
It's for you, Hudson.
Well, if I'm going to forget about it, what's the point?
Hey, I can't argue with your reasoning with it.
I'm going to spend a bunch of money. I'm not going to forget I spent the money on it.
They're not that bad. Come on.
I don't know.
You can power through.
Why are you trying to win us over here?
I think you should get like a guitar on your back or
What
something.
about-
Maybe a
If I get
tiger
on
on
my
your
back,
chest.
I can't even see it.
I think you need
what's the point?
I think you
just
need a
have
lion's
it.
mane on your chest,
Yeah.
like right on like this area right here.
Oh, they'd have to shave it first. And
Yeah,
that's,
you do.
That's the step in the right direction. That's what you're doing. You're welcome.
What's awkward is every time you get a tattoo, they do always shave
Yeah.
the place, and the guys will always be like, "Not that there's hair there.
Yes.
We're just shaving it anyways."
So why? What about you? Why don't you want a tattoo?
I just don't. I've never really wanted a tattoo, so I don't think I could commit to one.
Neither. Well, I never wanted a tattoo.
I've never really wanted one. No, I never really went through a time where I was like, I need a tattoo.
Even for a year.
No, I never really felt
You
This
guys
is
are
gonna win you
babies.
over.
Come on.
What do you mean? Why
Nikki,
are
you
trying
want a tattoo? You
I have
want-
5 of them.
I knew you had tattoos, but do you want another one?
I do. I would love to.
Really? How about an ephemeral? How do you feel about that?
No, because I would just get a full one.
You would? You
Yeah.
commit forever?
Absolutely.
But what if you want to do something like maybe like kind of like cool, you know, like maybe like out of nowhere, you weren't really completely sure on it, and so you just did it for a
Like
year.
a face tattoo?
Yeah, a face tattoo. You ever considered a face tattoo?
Every place I go is more the style where they're like, "No, we don't do face tattoos."
They won't let you ruin your life. They don't
They
let you go.
don't. They don't. I have no
Oddly
problem
enough.
with it. Lots of tattoos, lots of piercings, no problem.
I just don't get the. I mean, it's really one of those things where anybody who has a tattoo has tons of tattoos. I think it's cool. Like a lot of times, tattoos are cool, but it just does not make sense to me. Where I have no desire at this point in my life to get one.
I think these are fun because you could just go all out
Yeah.
and just have a really fun time with it and then change up your style.
yeah.
Because that's the only thing. Sometimes it would be nice when you have one. You're like, oh, I wish I did this or that or changed it up. But yeah, these are totally fun.
Makes
They
sense.
just
still think a
last
year is too long. For
I don't know. Maybe you're going through a phase, you know? Maybe you're going through a phase, and you're like,
here.
maybe a tattoo phase, right?
Hang on, Hudson. Here you go. There you go.
Yeah, that lasts like a day or two.
That's fine.
Here's
that's,
a Sharpie.
yeah,
Yes.
and
Try
that's
it
also
that way.
free. I'm into that as well.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll last a few days until you wash it off.
You
and
know
then
what
you
the
can
sad
see.
thing is? If you even draw on yourself, I'm like, what is this? You know?
It's just not you.
It's still there too long. Yeah. Just, I think I let my body speak for itself. What can I say?
What's
You don't
it
wanna
saying?
mess it?
I can't be sure. Maybe
don't
you
want
need
a-
some writing on there.
You don't want a Packers logo or something?
Yeah,
you know
if the
what?
Packers win a Super Bowl, that means Hudson gets an ephemeral on the booty cheek.
I can't
That's
even
what it
commit.
is.
I can't even commit to that. I can't. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Packers logo for
What
1
if-
year.
What if Jordan Love becomes the quarterback?
Teams
Well.
are changing
this-
players up too much. That would be a risk.
Yeah.
There are two types of people in this world, and Hudson has a problem with both. You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
We complain about it often. We're not alone. We don't get enough sleep.
Oh, my goodness.
And you know what's worse?
What?
Maybe it makes it even worse on us. We see all these studies about like what you're supposed to be doing when you sleep, how to sleep, turn off your phone this many hours before you go to bed, don't watch TV, don't do this, don't do that, sleep on this kind of mattress, all this stuff about how you're supposed to get the best night of sleep, the best rest, to the point where, I mean, we say it all the time. It feels like work, right?
It does. It's hard because you know you're supposed to be doing something, and then everybody bugs you about how you're supposed to be doing
There's
it.
the optimal way.
It is, and it stresses you out way more to where then that stresses you out, and
To
you can't even sleep at all.
Even the suboptimal rest you're getting even is
Interrupted.
even more suboptimal.
It messes it up.
It just feels like there's supposed to be a perfect way for you to do everything, and for all the things that you're not doing 100% perfect, it just feels like you're a failure. You feel guilty about it sometimes. I mean, maybe we're reading a lot into the sleep thing, but it's true though. Like,
Dude,
you really do.
If I stay up to like 1 or 2, I will upset myself.
Right.
Because I'm like, listen, you know better than this.
Right.
What are
you're
you
like,
doing?
this is going to come back. You're going to get heart disease later in life. You start talking, start getting into the worst case scenarios. Just thinking about all the bad stuff that you've read.
This bad night of sleep has taken a year off your life.
Right. And so, I mean, it's weird, but you don't think about it. But there's so many things out there that are trying to tell you the right thing to do. But in a way, they're just making you feel bad about when you don't do the right thing, when you don't do the 100% correct thing. And so with so many things out there like that, and it's true that God is often portrayed that way as well, that God wants to tell you the 100% right way to do things and make you feel bad if you can't achieve that or if you don't want to or whatever. But the truth is, there's none of that judgment from God. Jesus does have a better way to live that he will share with you than you can get in any of these articles and any of these studies that we read about. I mean, yeah, I'm sure those things would help. God has a better way to do things too.
A loving and non-guilty way.
Right, but it's not a thing where you start getting into a relationship with God, where you start talking to him and listening to him, and where all of a sudden you're going to start feeling all this guilt, and you're just going to feel so horrible about like, well, there's just no way I'll ever be able to do it. I didn't do perfect today, so I guess I suck, and it just makes you feel worse and worse. That's the exact cycle God wants to break you out of. Jesus wants you to go through life the best that you can, and he wants to help you do that. So, of course, he's going to help you do better in your day-to-day life and make better choices and whatever, but he's also going to love you even when you don't, when you fail to live up to those standards that you think you have to live up to. I mean, it's impossible. It's impossible to live up to the perfect standards. And God knows that, but God's going to help you every step of the way, and he's going to love you every step of the way. And if you're ready for that, a Jesus that is like that, that's not judging, but that is loving you, all you need to do is start talking to him. Say, hey, God, I'm ready for that. I am ready to do things better. I know I can't live the 100% perfect, optimal life, but I want you to help me out. I want you to help me do the best that I can, and God will. If you want to know more, check out RadioU.com/free gift.
Why are Hudson, Nikki, and Isaiah always eating on the show? The more we feed them, the less they talk. The Riot.
Radio U.
Get ready to text in on this one. We talked about Disney stuff in regards to Encanto.
Encanto.
Was it last week? Encanto? Why do I have to say it like that?
What do you mean?
That's how it's pronounced. It's the name of the movie.
Encanto.
You can also still say it that way.
That's the very, I guess I'm saying it with an American accent.
There you go.
My American accent. Encanto.
Yeah.
So we talked about Disney villains last week and how Encanto has a lack of them. So now we can talk about the positive side of Encanto, which is great music, right? That's everybody can agree. Whatever you think about the movie, songs are great, right? And so the number one song from the movie, of course, generally is believed to be "We Don't Talk About Bruno." Of course, it's everywhere. They performed it at the Oscars, a different version of it. But nevertheless,
that's because the one guy was sick.
It has now been crowned the best Disney song of all time from a Disney movie.
Wow.
This is just according to like chart success. It has surpassed the previous number one, which was "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" from The Lion King.
Yeah. It's
moved past that. So We Don't Talk About Bruno now, according to Billboard, the best Disney movie song of all time. Do we agree with that? Before you guys answer what you think the best Disney movie song of all time is, I will tell you, first of all, "We Don't Talk About Bruno" is not even the best song from the movie. "Surface Pressure" is much better. much better.
It just didn't pick up the same, though.
Yeah, it did not catch on, although it does come in at number 7 on the Billboard list. But I think my favorite Disney song of all time, "Circle of Life."
How's it go?
Lion King?
How's it go?
Yeah, how's it go?
It's like
you
everybody
hear him, don't you?
How's it
go? No,
there you go.
Somebody looked up what they're actually saying in that song.
Yeah.
And it's just like, here's a lion, there's a lion. They're just saying stuff about lions over and over again, which makes sense. It's all a movie, but it's called The Lion King. So what's your guys' favorite?
Not if we're singing it, I'm not saying.
Oh, come on.
Nikki's like, I actually retract my answer. I'm no longer going to give my opinion.
They said that if you go back and watch like the classic 90s Disney era, that's where a lot of those like iconic songs that you might know about. So like Aladdin, The Lion King stuff, Beauty and the Beast.
Of course.
And then if you skip forward to more recent wasn't, it'd be like Frozen or Moana.
Yeah.
See, I think that this, obviously, I don't agree that we don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah.
That's not the best song of all time. But I think it's doing so well on the charts. Like, it's so much better than the other ones.
Yeah.
At least it is on the charts. Because, like, every, 5-year-old has an iPad nowadays. So they're just clicking on
That's
Apple
right.
Music over and over again. When I was a little kid, I couldn't even push Can You Feel the Love Tonight up the charts. It wasn't even an option for me.
That's a good point.
But
It wasn't
if it
fair.
was, it would be at the very top, and still
Can you
almost
feel the
is.
love tonight?
Yeah, by far.
Can you sing that one?
Can you feel the love
Sway
tonight?
back and forth.
Tonight.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Oh, we
Either
should
that
have
one or was it In Your Heart by Tarzan?
Phil Collins.
Yes.
Love Phil Collins.
I must not have enjoyed The Lion King. Was not my Disney movie growing up, so I guess did not connect with the songs like you guys did.
So what is your favorite song for a Disney movie?
Do you have one, Nikki?
You have to have one.
Well, you have to have one.
Stop pressuring.
Is it
pressuring me.
You better have one.
Scumps from Sleeping Beauty? Is that yours?
No, couldn't be.
I think growing up, I probably enjoyed Little Mermaid the most.
Oh.
So I would say something from that.
Like Part of Your World.
Part
That's
of Your
a good
World.
one.
Yeah, there you go.
Gosh, why do you know them more than?
I haven't pulled it up in front of me.
It's like, wow,
Off the
you're
top
fast.
of the dome, you know me.
I'll give
I
you
don't know.
another underrated one. Not as good as stuff from The Lion King, but Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas.
Pocahontas.
Underrated. I mean, it's number 5 on the chart list, but underrated. It's a great song.
I liked, I see it as number 24, You're Welcome from Moana.
That one's catchy.
That's a
Never
great
seen
one.
Moana, but that one is catchy.
Oh, you'd like it. It's
And
good.
that one comes up a lot too. I'll sing that to if
Anytime
somebody,
you say,
right,
you're welcome to someone.
What
Yeah.
can I say except you're welcome? I think I'm at least as good as Dwayne The Rock Johnson at
Oh,
singing.
yeah, incredible. How about the other ones? You've Got a Friend in Me and Toy Story. That's just a
You're
classic.
right. How
That
is
one's
that
sad.
not higher on the
Got a
list?
friend in me.
Yes.
That one's so good.
Randy Newman. Gotta love it.
I feel like we should have a karaoke segment.
I was thinking that too.
I know, it's so good.
That's you know what? That could be actually. You know what? Facebook wouldn't allow it.
You just heard the worst of the worst. We'd give you the best of the best, but we'd have to find that. As soon as we do, you'll be the first to know.